praise Tam for all the organization work within the TEC in pushing and always keeping us oriented in all the stewards calls. I don't know what we do without you, Tam. You and Livia are the heart and soul of the TEC. Which I also want to give praise to Livia, of course, for maintaining the SoftGov presence and keeping the vibes high. I want to praise Gideon for all the hard work in Sampo. Endless gratitude for that, because it's really what's going to keep us going from here on out. And really love the direction and way that you are able to cut scope and focus on different things. And I'll throw it over to you, Gideon.
Thanks, Griff. So I want to praise Nate for agreeing to take over the leadership of the Writers Guild for me so I can focus on Sampo. I really appreciate that. And also to Nate for stepping up and leading the work on the treasury management. That's going to be hard, and I really appreciate him doing that. I want to praise Rex for he's put endless hours into getting this unified treasury report up, and it's really cool. It really does a nice job of showing all of the money that we've got in all the various pockets all in one place. I want to praise Jeff Emmett for the advice, just his participation and just great ideas that he's adding to the token engineering consulting service. And I'll add the rest in. And then I will pass to Crypto Queen.
I'm new here. What am I supposed to be doing?
Yeah, hey Crypto Queen. It's really fun. It's kind of like decentralized updates through the lens of gratitude. So if you know of anything cool that happened in the TEC, or if you want to thank anybody in the TEC for what they've helped you with, you can just say praise this person for doing this, and then and then when you're done, you pass it.
So I want to praise. I just got off the orientation call, and I want to praise the guys who lead that call. It's very informative, and they were very knowledgeable about the organization. So I want to praise them for leading the orientation and introducing me to the organization, and I guess praise all the leaders for what you've done. I think it's an awesome organization, and I love the praise aspect, and looking forward to reading all the documents about what goes on behind the scenes and seeing where I can jump in and help out. And I just pass it on to someone. Okay.
Yep.
I pass it on to, is it Livia Day?
Yeah, Livia, thank you. I want to praise Angela for guiding the state of token engineering education like no one else, and it's immeasurable the value she brings to the crypto economic space. I praise Tam for the insightful post she posted. Stewards, it's great to see opinions turn into data and have more clarity to the steps we need to take on difficult subjects. Praise Gideon for the way he does advice process. Important opinions have been taken into consideration, and still the projects he's leading are moving with a good pace and flow. Praise Zeptimus and Mitch for helping me with some technical issues this week. Praise YGG for his presence and attention to important matters in the community, even though he's so busy with LTF work. And I'll pass to Chewy.
Thank you, Livy. I want to praise Tam for all of the great work she did as a co-steward in Communitas. I also want to praise Edu because of the great, amazing work that he keeps doing, fostering our community. Also, I really want to praise Gideon. I feel that people maybe are not empathic enough with the amount of weight that we sometimes put in his shoulders, and just the amount of amazing work that Gideon is doing, and how we should express more support and less pressure for that. And whoa, my minute went over super quick. I'll pass it to Patty and type in the rest.
Hi, thanks. For this, for today, I'll praise Auntie and all of the hosts who have been showing up and giving amazing study group sessions. Auntie has been running a session in Spanish, so it has been super cool. I praise also Nimrod. I don't know if he's in the TC, but I'll praise him. Try for the amazing guest lecture session he gave out today on social choice. I praise Jess for bringing up comments on governance and how social choice can be applied in the best and fairest way. And I praise, of course, Angela for organizing all of the programs. And yeah, I just arrived. I don't know if I was the last one, but I'll pass it back to you, Griff.
No, not quite. Almost. Let's throw it to Zepti.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm the last one, I think. I want to give praise to Fabio for the huge support he's giving. Oh, yeah, it was missing. On the on the subgraph to one hive, like it will benefit the TC. I want to give huge praise to Rodri for the amazing designs he's designing for the ABC Advanced page. I want to give praise to Livia and Ivy and everyone, Bonjour and Teresa for the work in the Covenant. And more. I want to give praise to Rex for the master sheet he's putting down. It's looking like all the data is going to be in one doc, and it's going very smooth. So big praise to Rex. And I want to give praise to Edu for all the reach out he does on Communitas. And I'll pass it to Edu.
Sorry, my mic was not on. All right. I want to give praise to Crypto Queen who stayed here after orientation call. So nice to see your interest growing in the community. I want to give praise to Gideon for all our Friday meetings / dates that we have talking about the TEC. I want to give praise to Griff to always being here and to always show your face to all these kind of things. It's your tenacity. It's something I envy. I want to give praise to Pat. It's nice to have Token Academy every time here in the community call. I want to finally give praise to Tam for all her support during her time as a co-steward. It was a great learning experience for me, and I think for everyone in Communitas too. So back to you, Griff, because I don't know who is left.
I think Tam, you still need to go, right?
Yeah, I'd like to praise Nate for his thoughtful observations, constructive attitude, and the way he communicates with tact and diplomacy. I'd also like to praise Nate for being ready, willing, and able to present again in the Stewards in today's community call. I'd like to praise Livia for giving me so much human-to-human support. I know I can share anything with you, whatever my mood, and always, always, always so many laughs that we have. I'd like to praise Lauren because she's such a great role model in our ecosystem. She executes so effectively and does with so much compassion and humility. It's a rare skill. I'd like to praise Griff because no one really knows how much you do behind the scenes. And I only have a small window, but even that requires superhuman effort. So thank you for all the calls that you take with me at your 5 or 5:30 a.m. I'd like to praise Mitch because source credit integration. It's going to put everything in praise channel now. I'll pass back to you, Griff.
I think Nate still needs to go.
Thanks, Griff. Yeah. So I want to praise Tam for the leadership she always gives and just the mentoring she does with me and really helps me just be the best I can be. And I want to thank her for that. I want to praise Gideon for the leadership you've shown in Sampo, really guiding this really tough working group and kind of giving it an identity and a path forward. And then I want to praise Edu for all the leadership you've shown in stepping up to so many different working groups and doing this onboarding call every single week, which is a grinding task, but you do it and you do it so well. And I just want to praise you for that. And then I can't, in good conscience, roll the dice on this one, Griff. So I'm going to pass it back to you.
I think the only one we have left is Shahin, Mr. Ida. So Shahin, we do this decentralized updates. It's like a culture of gratitude practice that we do where you basically, anyone in the TC that you want to dish praise to, you just say praise this person for doing that, and then we'll start the show. Do you want to take it? Shahin Mirhida. Oh, no dice. Okay, no worries. We'll just get the show started anyway. If you change your mind, though, you can totally unmute. But otherwise, let's get started with Community Call 88. So this is, I love 88. That's a great number. You all just experienced praise decentralized updates. The praise only counts if it's written in Discord. So make sure to type it up in Discord so that what's really cool about praise is it also earns TEC tokens. So gratitude produces actual value. How crazy is that? Definitely check out our praise channel to see all the updates, and if you want, you can even become a quantifier and help turn them into TEC tokens. Turn on your videos. This is the moment we take screenshots before all the calls. So during the calls, so put on your smiling face so we can take a nice screenshot. Mitch came in just in time for the screenshot. Nice move. I'll just get going though and read the vision. The TEC's vision is to enable the creation of ethical, safe, resilient, and diverse economic systems to benefit societies around the world. We don't need any more Luna Terra mishaps, so this is what we're here to stop. So say cheese. Thank you all. Okay, and let's keep going. So Gravity is our behind-the-scenes solution for conflict resolution. It's amazing the work that they do behind the scenes, and they can only do it if you tell us that you see some awkwardness, that you see some conflict. So if you do see any conflict, on the right side of Discord, there is active gravitons. You can DM them at the sign of any kind of issues, or there's in this slide deck, there's a link right here to the type form where you can give an anonymous report of any kind of conflict that you see in our community. A stitch in time saves 9, and that counts for relational fabric too. The other cool cultural practice that we have is advice process. So before making any big decisions final, discuss them with the people who will be affected by the decisions and the experts on the topic. If you do that, every decision that you have will be fully informed, and you'll be able to push it through because of that. In the end, advice process is not asking everyone's opinion and doing what you hear. It's getting informed and then making the informed decision yourself. And that's how we stay decentralized. So last week, we were in the throes of bear market. Everything was crashing. The token price got down to $1.37. Oh my God, it was chaos. But what's cool is actually this week, since last community call, the price has gone up about 15%. That's very nice. The community common pool has gone up $400. If you see this, but almost exactly $400. So that's cool. That of course came from a little bit more burns of the TEC token. So about 2,000 TEC tokens were burned in the last week. And in the gardens, we have not a lot going on. We have the classic retroactive funding for TC, but this time it's actually going to pass probably today. So that's pretty cool. We have a proposal for comm stewardship, and I'm excited to hear Chewy present that, hopefully during comms. And we have one more vote to upgrade our token manager to stay in sync with OneHive. So this will pass in about 7 hours. And yeah, I think that's it. So I'll just pass it over to Nate to take it for the community stewards.
Sounds great. Yeah. So the community stewards this week, we have our weekly sync on Wednesdays. We're dedicated to cross-working group coordination. You think of our stewards as project managers within the community. Each working group has a dedicated steward at the moment, and we are currently going through a revision process of what it means to be a steward and how stewarding is going to move forward in the TEC in the future. So we have our weekly sync every Wednesday at 1 p.m. EST, 7 p.m. CET. Today we just finished off our Sprint 37, which started June 10th, ended June 23rd, so these are 2-week sprints. We have our sprint board. This is a Zen hub where we coordinate all of the working groups and all of the issues within our working groups. So if you're interested in participating in your working group and you want to catch up on the activities within each one, you can always visit our Zen Hub workspace and just to see what's going on. Like I said, these happen every 2 weeks, and we have a total of 4 different meetings within the Stewards. We have our Stewards Weekly, which is just our basic agenda. We have our sprint planning every other Friday, which will happen tomorrow. So this is always open to the public, and we want people to participate in our sprint planning. We also have our sprint retrospective every other Thursday, which we did this morning, where we kind of review what went well, what we could do better, and things to work on the next one. So this is our board actually today. And so we had a couple of winners in the areas of actions to improve. So tokenomics exploration series and more alignment with the TE Academy. So we're looking forward to really integrating with the TE Academy and start providing some tokenomics services and courses and series that will allow more token engineers to get involved within this community. And so if you are available tomorrow, the sprint planning is one of the most interesting ways to get involved within the TEC and really get on board and trying to catch up and see what we're working on, what directions we're heading within each working group. On the mind of community stewards, we have our results of the Polis poll, which Tam did an amazing job in terms of really displaying what the advice process is all about. The Polis poll was, how do we revise the stewardship within the TEC? And so we took this long poll, and some of you may have taken it, and if you have not, please click on the link and go ahead and take it. We want to get as much feedback as possible so we can inform our decisions going into the future. And so thank you, Tam, for organizing that and setting a good example on how to use the advice process properly. Upcoming events, July 14th, I will be presenting with the TEA and TEC collaboration on their monthly event. So membership in the TEC is something that we are also balancing within the TEC. We want to separate token holders, membership, what it means to be a token holder, what it means to be a member. And then we were put a lot of thought around compensation standardization within the transparency working group and how it applies to the rest of the TEC. PSAs are Twitter retweets, last hours of Gitcoin grants round 14. So if you get a chance, it's really fun to donate to these projects on Gitcoin. They're really doing an amazing job with the grants over there. And with that, I will pass it over to Wonka with Gravity.
Yeah, I'll take it from one.
Oh, yeah, Septi, thank you.
Yeah, Gravity, like, actually, we had a lot of calls. Like, on Mondays, we do research on psychology and well-being. On Tuesdays, we have 2 calls, like umbrella coordination in the Aragon server, and then we also do the Graviton training for Aragon. I also forgot to say, like, we had like the 5th session with Juan talking about Gravity in deep. And then on Wednesdays, we do coordination calls, which actually, like, Juan was talking with Sam about some budgeting about the ABC and Garden, so exciting news. Also on Fridays, Durgadas is working on the page, like basically like the idea of the page is so anyone can contact Gravity services on the page. And also Juan was working on a very deep conflict management in the Aragon community, which it's great. And yeah, like, we use SendHub to coordinate and they were to the payments. And if you have any conflict, just make sure to use the type form. Even little things matter. So the idea is to transform conflict in make our community more robust. And with that, I'll pass it to Safa.
Thank you, Zap. Well, this week in SoftGov, we discussed what is a good feedback for guidance and conviction voting governance. So there was some discussion about this in the stewards call. And two, we mentioned that One Hive community is actually doing, they have an open channel and they're requesting a lot of feedback for what would be good features to be added to Guidance V2. So we had a brief sharing in the SoftGov call, and there was some opinions about it that I put in there, but it would be great to hear what everyone thinks, and not only for UI improvements or technical improvements, but also is there any cultural improvement that you would like to see on the way we manage proposals, that we advertise voting, or all the process related to conviction voting and to funding proposals. And then also we had a discussion on gated channels. How do we feel about them? So the general feeling was that it's an immature or bad idea for the moment with the value we have to gate. So it ended up becoming a discussion of what is the value we would put in a token gated channel, and how does that aligns with our mission and with the partners we have. So if it's an educative gated channel, how could we think about something with the TE Academy? If it's a social channel, how could we make that open enough for like how our culture has been? So what felt interesting for now is to experiment with a communication channel with token holders. So talking about proposals that are up for voting, talking about financial discussions, and having that as a first like channel that we can test how people feel about this, and then hopefully open the floor for more people to share opinions on how they feel about gated channels. That was it in SoftGov, and with that, I'll pass to Edu in Communitas.
Hello, Gideon. Can you take Sampo? I will go after you.
Sure. So Sampo, for those who aren't familiar, it's we focus on the economic layer of the token engineering commons, and what's been happening here. So we just posted an update to token holders on the TEC forum, and Eduardo and Costa are doing outreach to the hatchers to get them to take a look at that. We are starting the conversations around treasury management right now, and like really looking at questions of policy, and particularly around risk and return. Don't want to lose our hard-raised money, the cash that we have. So that's a big focus for us right now. Really cool work from Rex. He did this. You can see off to the right here. It's a unified treasury chart. So it's basically looking at our the common pool, the reserve, but then also the working groups. And thanks, Griff. Yeah, it's just and it's now integrated into our Dune dashboard. So that's a really nice look at kind of just the overall state of things. And then we are now doing a lot of work. There's just a lot of project flow that's going through Sampo right now. So we are in the process of using Clarity, which is it's kind of a wiki/project management tool to organize ourselves so that we can track all of the commitments that we made in our funding proposal. And you can kind of see here, I'll just expand this. You can kind of see how this is broken out. So by month, we've got each one of the promises that we made as part of that proposal, and then you can see all of the different projects and tasks that then pour out of each one of those. And we're going to make that, we're really dedicated to keeping things transparent, because like this is where the money is and how we're thinking about money. So we really want to make it super transparent. So this will be open. We're trying to figure out the best way to do that with the permissions on Clarity, but we want to be able to make it so that everybody can see our progress throughout the course of this funding proposal. And then finally, as Livia mentioned, we're looking at options for token gating parts of the Discord channel. I won't go into that because she just summarized it. So I will pass it back to you, Eduardo, for Communitas.
Thank you, Gideon. I was in the middle of the call, so that's why I had to pass it to you. So, Communitas. As usual, we have our weekly reminder. We have our weekly sync call that happens on Monday, 8 p.m. in CET. And then we have the orientation call that happens on Thursday, 7 p.m. CET. Besides those two calls, we want to share the news that Tam is also stepping down as a steward. Tam, any words to the rest of the folks here?
Oh wow, way to put me on the spot. I mean, just that it's just been such a privilege to co-steward this group with you for so many months, and that I feel really confident that it's in good hands. So that's all. Thanks, everyone.
And besides that, our proposal for funding will be probably up tomorrow or next week, the earliest. We are tweaking the last part based on also the feedback that Septimus provided regarding the left balance from the previous funding. So we're going to adjust that, add the comment to the current proposal, and update it. So it will be up for vote. Besides that, this week on the call, we went through LBS contributions, the latest contribution, which was an update to the contributors template. And there was a bunch of brainstorming regarding if we have 3 different templates, one for epics, one for contributors, and if we change the name contributors to newcomers, so people identify it better that it's a template for newcomers. And then we also talk about membership and what was the scope of membership. And we have brought this conversation to the stewards too on the meeting on Tuesday, where we discuss the different versions of membership and how membership should be or could be envisioned differently or improved or adjusted here in the TEC. Besides that, we started also the outreach to token holders, sending the message regarding the message that was put on the forum. We have 9 likes so far on that post in the forum that was written by Gideon. So if you want to understand a little bit what has happened in the last weeks in general about the TEC, head up to the forum. Besides that, we are messaging folks from the Hatchers list, and we will probably finish by the end of tomorrow. And that it's pretty much all. With that being said, we'll pass it on to Omega.
Hey, thank you. So we have our weekly things every Wednesday, 8 p.m. CET. And I will just give a quick update from last week. A lot of it is happening asynchronously, the work in Omega. We have nice digestibles that Satori put in nice curated audio visuals, which are really nice. You can head over to Omega Hub and see them. This one is an example for the library, for example. Those summarize the highlights of the works or the synchronization that we have towards, for example, the Consilience Library, which is the funded initiative. We have not started to distribute the funds yet because we want to make some experiments with those with respect to our regenerative workflow research, but that's more or less among the group. What are we looking at? Yeah, so this is the hub. Yeah, there is this hub that Nick put together. It's amazing. Finally, we have all our sources in one place. It will be gardened further, right? But it gives a pretty good overview over a pretty complex endeavor that we have. Omega is supposed to, invite people on in self-discovery and self-knowledge, so embodying the wisdom of Web3. Anyway, but last week's highlight would be quickly actually the token engineering ethics participatory research. We have 2 anthropologists researching coming to help us with the focus groups. They're planning 3 focus groups. I don't know if you know Felix from CommonStack, or Lydia is also a researcher. So one is value system of tech. Of course, there would be great to have the actual, SoftGov, Communitas, etc. More central tech working groups to shape those focus groups as well. So they will reach out to you respectively. The second focus group will be about private profits versus common benefit, which is nice. And the third one is still to be decided, but we have one that is lingering, which is about hosting multiple worldviews in a token economy or network. So this, I think, will either mature or bring to a nice close the token engineering participatory research towards September. We have not updated the proposal yet, but that will be one thing. Okay, and the next call, we will test our new call structure, and again, we will have some updates on the token engineering ethics and token engineering consumers library updates. So if you wanna find out what's going on, best places just to go into the chat, but feel free to also come to the update calls. So thank you. And comms working group, Chewy.
Thank you. Thank you, Solcista. Can everyone hear me? Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, so some of the updates that we've been having in communications is that our comms stewarding proposal is up. So if you want to check that out in the gardens, it's something that we've been discussing in the last stewards calls. And also around teams, we have a next proposal coming for the T Academy team, which a really interesting update around this is that we are going to be having like part of this proposal be funded with the T Academy funds. So it's going to help out with our current common pool situation. And then the animation and video production is presenting updates in the reward system working group call for the animated tutorial that they are working on. So if you want to check out in advance of that, you can check the animation and video production thread under the comms channel here in our Discord server. Also, the marketing team is working on newsletter number 4. So if anyone would like us to cover something that we are leaving out, please make sure you ping us. And also, the translations team has started uploading to Mirror their first translations, which once it's a little bit more in shape, we're going to start promoting to reach out to international communities. And the Twitter planning team is working on a makeover with a new bio and enabling just like new graphics and stuff that we can take some more advantage of for growing our communications platform. And also, we are working in our next token engineering stars spotlight. If you can, maybe you can guess who the person is for this, but starts with a C. Is the only thing that I'm gonna say. And that's all for comms, and I'll pass it to Septimus in transparency.
Thank you, Chuy. Yeah, on transparency, we meet every Monday, 5 p.m. CET. And what we were been working this week basically was the data standardization master sheet, which is like all the data is going to one sheet. This is done already, but now what we have to do is like implement all the charts and the things. So this is something that Rex is leading. And then we also Rodri make all the designs. If anyone wants to add some feedback and comments, the Figma is open, so anyone can share feedback, and Rodri will see it. And yeah, I also wanted to share, like, for this advanced page to get deployed, we will probably make another proposal because like Common Stack is not funding it right now. So, and General Magic presented a pretty good deal for designs and development, and we are going to make a proposal in the TC if we want to see this cool page in our converter page as an advanced feature for everyone to use. And with that, I'll pass it to legal, Griff.
Thanks so much, Septimus. Yeah, for legal, not much going on this week. As always, if anyone knows any lawyers that or people that have legal experience that want to be part of our open call, we have we do have a call once a month. And now, I guess the big update here is the update of the covenant. So yeah, there is a snapshot vote going on right now. So definitely get out there and rock the vote. We are updating the covenant to include some of the legal stuff that we've been working on over the last few months. The vote ends on June 25th. So definitely might as well just go vote right now. That's what I would do, if you haven't already. And I will pass it to Mitch in the rewards system.
Thanks, Griff. So yeah, we have our syncs every week on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern and 8 o'clock Central European. And I'll give you guys some updates here for the rewards working group. Quant 13 is closing on Monday, and that is for the first part of June. Rewards are going to be going out, maybe they've already gone out this morning, for rewards for January 2022. And there's the forum post up there, including the RAD analysis. Another point, activate your source cred. So we're getting ready to distribute rewards from source cred. And so I've dropped a pretty detailed message in the general channel, and I tagged everybody to learn how to activate your source cred and alias your discourse and your GitHub and your Discord ID into one single account. New version release for Praise, version 0.9. Updated the design theme in the Praise dashboard. We fixed some bugs with the bot, with the dashboard, and a weird export problem we're having with the Praise data. And also we have a dark mode. So you can, if you're doing any late night quantifying, we've got a dark mode there, make it easier on your eyes. And also I just want to highlight Zeptimus's forum post for an open space for discussion on the reward system.
Emily Lestrange.
So,
Return to the checkpoint B for B gates, please.
Spooky background. So yeah, if you want to learn how to improve the reward system, if you have any ideas to contribute to that discussion, please join in on the forum. And some regular PSAs. If you want to learn how to dish great praise, go into the Rules of Praise document written by Livy. If you want to become a quantifier, just DM me and I can show you everything you need to get started. And also, if you haven't activated your Praise account, type in /activate in the TEC Discord and get that rolling for you so you can get some rewards. And that's it for the rewards working group, and I'll pass it back to Griff. Oh.
Sorry, I'll throw it over to Patty for the TE. Oh no, Patty, we can't hear you. You're unmuted. You were able to talk earlier during praise, so maybe come back. I can at least introduce the TE Academy, unless someone else wants to take it on. But I'm happy. Oh yeah, okay. At least she's making movement. Let's see. Hey Patty, welcome back. Yes.
Can you
It's
hear
working.
me?
Yeah,
Great.
it's working now.
Great, thank you. So you have introduced the T Academy, is that it?
Nope, didn't
No,
say a thing.
okay. Okay, thank you. So if you haven't met the Academy, we are building token engineering as a new discipline. It's the newest discipline in engineering since software engineer. And this is meant to be this is a very promising thing, already high demands. And with that, we have T Fundamentals, which is the first comprehensive and certification level course and program that's going to be online and free. You can jump to the next slide. So you just need to sign up. It's going to be live in September or October. We should have more news soon. And just sign up, receive an email, and get all the updates you need, get ready and prepare for the course as well. We have a few ways for you to get ready. And next slide. Yes, one of the ways is to join a study group. So we have a few study groups open, and they are happening in different places of the world by different hosts. Like we have Anti hosting a study group in Spanish. We have Marcelo hosting one in Portuguese. We have a couple happening in English as well, an Italian one. So feel free to choose whatever time and language works best for you and join it. And next slide. Yes, today we had this amazing session, Diving Deeper Guest Lecture Sessions with Nimrod. And it was a session on social choice. So how can you make algorithm-based decisions and learn about how to bring mathematics into your decision-making program. I don't know, got lost there, but I think you got the point. And it was super cool. If you haven't, you can still sign up for the next 2 sessions. So today was an introductory session. We'll have 2 more and the last workshop for DAOs. So this is super important. If you have a DAO, please sign up and receive the form, watch the video, and sign up for apply for this workshop where Nimrod himself will be there helping the DAOs to find whatever is the best way for them to bring decision making into their DAO. And that is it. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, just reach out to me. Back to you, Griff. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Patty. As always, it's so nice to end with the TE Academy, and hearing the work that you guys are doing is so critical for everything that we want to see in the world. So thank you so much, Patty. And thank you all for coming to the TEC community call number 88. 12 more and we hit 100. How cool is that? So thank you, and we'll see you all next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Thanks,
everyone.
Griff.
Thanks, Griff. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.